Hello and welcome to the Dynamic CCTV technical video. Today we're going to take a look at the Videoloft cloud adapter. This handy little device is designed to sit on the network and detect any Hikvision front or back end device on the same LAN as it. It can then record up to 8 channels of video to its own cloud server, and it also allows you to receive event triggered alerts, live health monitoring alerts, and also you can watch live streams of any of the video channels that it's picking up. Obviously for the cloud recording aspects, then that does allow the video to be securely stored off-site on the Amazon Web Services cloud servers. It uses 256-bit encryption and it's transmitted over encrypted TLS HTTPS channels as well, so it's secure storage and secure transmission for this particular device. The unit's got 4 USB 2 adapters on it, gigabit RJ45 Ethernet port, micro SD card which holds the operating system, which is a Linux operating system, and it also has 32 gigabytes of storage, which is designed to be used as a buffer. If there's any network outages or bottlenecks, then the video will be stored on the cloud box itself and then sent to the cloud once the bottleneck is removed or the network is restored. Now there is some new additional benefits to this particular device which we're going to look at in today's video. One is that the unit can now record 4K resolution image streams to the cloud, which is something that not many other providers of this sort of technology can offer. It's got PTZ control again through the app, and it's also got video analytics which can be used to interrogate your playback footage. If you want to look for a particular object such as a bicycle or a vehicle or a person or a hard hat, you can do this through a specific section of the app which we're going to look at later, which allows you to basically interrogate the event footage to look for something specific that you might be looking for. You can also look for text as well, specific text, a specific word, something is written on the side of a vehicle you want to look for. It will look for that and detect whether that has been part of that event recorded footage. You can also receive event notifications purely from the event itself, but you can also create personalised event triggering based on the event and also what you might be looking for in that event as well. If you're looking for a specific object or something that the analytics can actually search for as part of the event, and then when the search is matched, that's when you'll get the notification, which again is a very, very good and useful feature. It basically analyses 3 of the event triggered frames and marks or creates a marker in that frame any of the detected and compatible objects are seen in that particular footage. So the cloud recording plans are done through a subscription service which can be accessed through our very own portal on our website. If you do create subscriptions through our website, you do save 5% on the subscription plan, so it's obviously worth going through the Dynamic CCTV Videoloft portal, which again we'll look at later in this video. And they're charged basically per camera per month, and you can subscribe to 7-day, 30-day, 40-day, 60-day, 90-day and 365-day subscription plans for your important cameras also. So you basically create an installer account through the portal, and that installer account allows you to add all of your end user accounts or all of your end users that are using the Videoloft subscriptions, and that allows you to monitor, maintain and just keep an eye on them, and also if need be obviously top up the subscriptions as well. So it's a full installer sort of portal for you to manage all of your accounts as well. This particular device can be added and configured either locally on the same LAN as it or remotely using this Cloud ID. So if you've got this Cloud ID, you can add the actual Videoloft adapter to a designated account, and you can also scan, search and add channels to the Videoloft adapter as well. So that's handy if you needed to do the setting up from a remote location or back at your headquarters. You can do that using this unique ID, or that is different and unique to each Videoloft adapter. So we're going to obviously continue this video now. I'm going to set one of these up. I'm going to show you how to create an installer account and also how to add the cloud box, add some channels to it, and also we're going to look at some of the video analytics features as well, and also the PTZ and 4K resolution recording, which we'll do now. So here I am on the homepage of Dynamic CCTV's website. I'm just going to quickly show you where to navigate through to the Videoloft installer portal, where you can either log in or register directly. It is important that you use the method through our website because you do benefit from the 5% additional discount on the subscription plans. So if you click on the products icon and move to special products on the right hand side, you'll see there's an option called cloud storage. If you click on that, this will take you to the Videoloft cloud box. This is a physical item that needs to be installed on site prior to subscribing to your recording streams. This is the box that does it all, so you do need to purchase one of these first of all, and for every install as well. Readily available from Dynamic CCTV, so please get in touch with our sales department who will be more than happy to help you with that. So if you click on the Videoloft box and move down to the click here to subscribe icon, and this takes you directly to the Dynamic CCTV Videoloft installer portal where you can register or log in. So I'm going to log into my already created installer account, like so. And this takes you to the dashboard, or this particular dashboard of your installer account. You can see we've got one subscriber at the moment, subscribing to 3 camera streams, and you can add your subscribers from this page as well. So as an installer, this area would build over time. As you add new subscribers, you would obviously get an extra entry here, and it allows you to easily manage and view and obviously edit and alter all of your subscription plans. So if we click on the Add New Subscriber tab, we can see there the credentials that need adding for your installer or end user, including their own login password. You can choose the amount of cloud cameras that they want to subscribe to, like so, and if you go above 8, it'll switch there to 2 cloud boxes required, obviously to maximum of 8 per cloud box. And you can see we've got cloud recording duration, which can be from 7 days up to a year if recordings on the cloud, and also the payment interval, which can be monthly or annual. You can set your own margin there per subscription, so that's customizable by yourself. You can choose what you make on these plans as a form of recurring revenue, continuous recurring revenue. Just enter the values in there and then complete the subscription plan. Before the subscription plan completes, you will be asked whether you want Videoloft to handle the billing aspects or whether you want to handle the billing yourself. If you choose Videoloft, they'll basically take care of all of the subscription billing. They'll receive the payments in, and then they'll pass on your installer margins back as a monthly sort of rebate, continuous monthly rebate, basically taking the worry and the effort and the work away from yourself. They're more than happy to do that for you. These subscriptions through the portal are for motion triggered recording only. They're not for continuous recording. If you want continuous recording, then you would need to contact Videoloft direct, and they'll arrange that for you as and when required. So we'll move on. That's how you create a subscriber anyway, and you've got your dashboard and each new one will appear there. You can actually click on the subscribers tab as well and see each one in a different format, like so, which shows you exactly what they're subscribing to, the customer ID, etc. So now we're going to move on and look at the app, subscriber app, how you add a cloud box, and then how you add cameras to each cloud box, and then the customizing and the configuring for different features and functions that each cloud box gives you, including PTZ 4K recording, analytical functions as well. Okay, I'm now logged into the Videoloft app using my installer account. This will allow us to install a cloud adapter to a subscriber account, and this can also be done remotely, so you don't need to be on the same network as the cloud box. Once you've installed it on the site, you can then carry out this procedure remotely. So if we click on the install via cloud adapter option at the top, we can then choose to install the actual cloud box onto a subscriber account that's already been created under your installer account. So if we click on the subscriber option, this will now give us a list of all of your subscribers. As you can see, I've only got the one on my particular account, but as an installer, you would have many more, which you can obviously choose from a list here. So if I click on the demo site option, I just need to put the login password in. So make sure you are aware what that is. And then we need to put the actual cloud ID in, which is found on the side of your cloud box as shown earlier in this video. So I'm just going to quickly put mine in. And we can search for that cloud box. And you can see it's found the cloud adapter, so it's just a case of clicking the continue option. And once we've done that, it will now scan the actual network, find all compatible devices ready to be added. Obviously, it'll only find devices that are on the same LAN IP range as the cloud box, so just bear that in mind. So we click on the start scan, and now we can see all of the devices it's found on the network. It's found quite a few because it's running on our Dynamic CCTV's own test network. So I'm just going to select a couple of cameras of interest today. I'm going to select a AccuSense IPC, just putting the password in there for the camera. I'm also going to select a PTZ, which we can also take a look at as well in this video. So once you've selected your cameras by clicking on the little switch on the right hand side so they appear green there, now both ready to install. So we just need to click on the install option in the top right hand corner, and that'll install the actual plugin ready for the 2 cameras to create a handshake with the cloud box, ready for streaming and also recording. So that's a success. So we can now click on the View Cameras tab. I just need to log in as the subscriber. So I'm now logged in as a subscriber. I can now view the 2 cameras that were added previously under the installer account for clicking on the viewer, and there you can see the 2 cameras in question. So we've got a little cloud icon at the corner of each camera that enables us to enable or disable the actual cloud recording aspects of that camera. So like I say, you can have up to 8 cameras recording the cloud on a single cloud box. You can choose which ones are a cloud recording active by that little icon in the top corner. So we've got a PTZ camera, we've got a static camera looking at a busy entrance area to our headquarters. I'm going to click on the settings tab of the PTZ, take you through some of the settings in here. First of all, we've got a camera active option there, which obviously we want that to be turned on. We've got a video quality option, which allows us to choose how the actual camera is streaming to the cloud. So we've got SD video, which is substream, we've got HD video, which is 1080p, and we've got 4K video option as well for 4K compatible cameras, which this PTZ is. The main thing to remember is when you switch it to HD video or 4K, it will actually record to the cloud server in 1080p for HD video and also 4K for the 4K option, or 8 megapixel. But it adjusts the frames per second to 10 frames per second, and it will also adjust the bit rate locally at the camera, so just bear that in mind. If you're streaming locally or recording locally, then the mainstream will be frames per second and bitrate will be affected or adjusted by the actual cloud box. If you choose SD video, it uses the substream, which won't have any effect on the mainstream for local recording or local streaming. So I'm going to choose 4K for this particular camera because it is a 4K camera, and go back. We've got a stills option there, which allows us to save still images also, as well as the video streams. Analytics is something we're going to look at later, which is a new technology that's been added into the cloud box recently, and it allows you to do searches for specific objects within the recorded stream. Cloudbox, or the Cloudbox and record server, will analyze several frames of video from an event trigger and will then obviously put markers on those detected objects or recognized objects, of which there's over 3,000 that it's capable of detecting. Obviously obvious ones being people, vehicles, etc. It can also recognize texts, so you were able to do text searches on specific wording. If you were expecting a delivery, you could put the delivery courier's name in and it would do a search for that, so you could see if your deliveries arrived, or if a commercial company was coming, you could see if they'd arrived as well. So we're going to turn analytics on so we can demo that later in the video. We've got sound, we've got camera location, we've also got camera schedule, which turns the camera on or off. PTZ controls, which again is something new that's been added recently. We can turn that on. It allows us to control the PTZ controls of this specific camera. We've got all of our motion detection settings here. We can set sensitivity and detection zones. We can also change the trigger type between the app or Hikvision event detection, or a combination of the two. If you choose the Hikvision event detection, you can take advantage of the smart events on the camera and also the alarm inputs as well, as a form of triggering your cloud box. Just make sure that you notify surveillance center ticket as part of your linkage action at your front end, and then any event triggers will pass through to the cloud box. Combination of the two obviously just adds that extra bit of stability to the system. Obviously both mechanisms need to trigger before the cloud box recording stream becomes active. So I'll leave that just on the app for today so it gets a good healthy amount of triggers come in. And we've got a schedule for our trigger type as well, which can be applied to the actual cloud box, so you can choose them when you want the triggering to occur. We can control the camera's alarm output, which is handy. If you wanted to perform some additional linkage action from the camera via a third-party device, we can turn that on. And the camera's alarm output will also trigger when there's an event trigger detected by the actual cloud box. We can turn push notifications and emails on or off also for the alert section, which is a camera health section. So if there are any problems with the camera's connected health, or if it drops offline, then you will receive either a push notification or an email obviously alerting you immediately, so that you can obviously get the actual camera rectified and back online in the quickest possible time. So we've also got alerts for motion and analytics, so we can turn alerts on, which push through to your phone or send an email. We've got an alert trigger there, which can be motion or analytics. Now analytics is handy because you can actually put analytic alert rules in, which allow you to have a combination of event trigger but also a detected item of your choice, which we can add analytics alert rules. I'll demo that later in this video. So we'll set the alert triggers to analytics, and we'll add analytical rule later on. We've also got a schedule for that as well, for pushing through your actual mobile device. We can turn push notifications and emails on or off here, so we can turn push notifications on, and we've also got a minimum gap between notifications and also between emails. A few other settings at the bottom, just general account settings and developer information at the bottom there. So that's in a nutshell the actual settings for a camera, which are generally the same for each configuration cog for each camera. So we've got the same settings there for the next camera down. So if I bring this PTZ camera up, you see we've got a PTZ option, which has become visible since we turned it on. I can click on that, and we now get our PTZ controls, which allow me to move the actual PTZ around using these controls like so. So that's a handy little setting that allows you to zoom in, zoom out, pan, tilt any PTZ cameras you've got added to the actual Cloudbox adapter, like so. So we'll zoom that back out. Pretty much self-explanatory really, but yeah, you've got your PTZ controls there at your disposal, so we'll turn them back off. So what we're going to do now is leave these particular cameras running, pick up some healthy events, triggers, and also some good analytic detection, object detection. Then we'll come back and obviously demonstrate interrogating your events and also perform analytic searches as well. You can see that at the bottom we've already had our first event appear there, but that's the end of this segment of the video, and we'll see you in the last part of this video. So I'm now back on the viewer page of my Videoloft account, and you can see I've got both cameras present. I've given the cameras enough time to pick up plenty of activity events and also allowed analytics to pick up plenty of objects as well. So I'm going to click on the bottom camera, which has had quite a lot of activity on it, and we can see we've got the live stream on the top. We've also got a collection of thumbnails underneath, which are for each of the events that have taken place today. So there's plenty going on there, which we'll look at shortly. The live stream is always the substream that goes for any of the cameras. The recorded stream is where we select which option we want under the video quality setting as shown earlier, but the live stream will always be substream from the camera just for economical purposes. We can click on the actual camera, we can just pinch zoom in to different areas on the live view like so. We have our events for the given day underneath, but we've also got a calendar option here where we can choose previous day's events for interrogation as well. So we can click on today's and I'll select the last event to have taken place. You can see we've got the statistics, the time, the duration, obviously the motion score, but you've also got the analytics as well. And you can see when I talked about the objects earlier on, what it's actually managed to detect in this particular event. Just by looking down, you can see all the different detections: person, car, tyre, transportation. So just to put emphasis on the amount of objects the actual algorithm can detect on a given event trigger, and they're obviously shown as part of the event. We can play the event from the screen, and that's obviously detected person moving into the image there. That's purely motion detection. It's not detecting the person as part of the analytics, but that can be done. If we go back to the main page and click on the analytics tab, which is this particular, it's like a little magnifying glass. You can see the 6th of May there, the different objects that have been detected and how many have been detected. You can also move the date back using the two little arrows like so. Got obviously one bicycle. We can click on the icon there. We can view the event, and this will then allow us to play it. You can see that obviously somebody's arriving for work on a bike. There we go. So it allows you to take a standard motion detection event and actually interrogate it deeper and further and look for specific items and specific objects within that triggering. But a really handy feature that the Videoloft Analytics has is the ability to actually add the object to part of the event linkage. So the notifications you get through via email and also via push notification can go a bit further and not just come through on motion, but actually come through on motion includes a car or a person or a bicycle. So it's a case of clicking on the actual object that's being detected and the little thumbs up icon there. If it shows a thumbs up, that means include that particular object. And then we've got the create alert icon at the top of the screen there. We just click on that and it adds that particular alert rule to the camera. We can also click on person as well and also create that alert, and it creates two different alerts there, but we can also remove them and we can add them both to one alert together. So whilst they're both selected together, we just create the alert and they both appear under the same alert, person or car. So that is an either or scenario. So if a person appears or a vehicle or a person and a vehicle, then you'll receive the notification through to your phone or your email inbox. And we can further go into the actual settings itself and down to alerts, motion analytics. If we go into analytics rules, you can see we've got our person and our car analytic alert rule there under the alerts section, so for push notifications, which is what I've got it set to. So next time an actual person or a vehicle goes past, then that should in tune send a push notification through to my smartphone device. So if we're lucky, we should see some activity in the image fairly soon. So there you can see there we've got a person move into the image, and immediately we're getting our push notifications coming through. And if we quickly just swipe my screen down and click on the tab, that'll take us directly back to the actual event in question. So what I can do now is go back into my alerts remove the analytic alert rule for my push notifications, go back to our live stream, and the next event will be logged and will appear as an event underneath the live stream, but there will be no push notification received by the actual phone. And we've got a car pull in there, so that should... There we are. So there's the car that's just pulled in, appeared as an event underneath, but obviously no push notification. So the ability to actually customize your push notifications, remove what you could be classed as insignificant events and only concentrate on what's more important, which are specific objects moving in the image. It is worth mentioning that the analytics side of the Videoloft is going to become a premium feature, so it will be licensed and it's obviously something that you need to subscribe to. Require any additional information on this particular feature, please contact your account manager or Dynamic CCTV's technical department direct, where we're more than happy to assist you. The Videoloft Cloudbox recording technology and associated features are evolving all the time. There's new and exciting features coming all the time, so please keep an eye on our video channels and also regular updates on this particular product, because it is obviously evolving and becoming more and more advanced all the time. That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.